Episode number 181. I will. Only you must be responsible for damages. And obeying orders, Laurie heroically shut his eyes, while something was put into his arms. A peal of laughter from Joe, Amy, Mrs. March, Hannah, and John caused him to open them the next minute, to find himself invested with two babies, instead of one. No wonder they laughed, for the expression of his face was droll enough to convulse a Quaker, as he stood and stared wildly from the unconscious innocents to the hilarious spectators with such dismay that Joe sat down on the floor and screamed. "Twins, by Jupiter!" was all he said for a minute, then turning to the women with an appealing look that was comically piteous, he added, "Take 'em quick, somebody. I'm going to laugh, and I shall drop 'em." Joe rescued his babies, and marched up and down, with one on each arm, as if already initiated into the mysteries of baby tending, while Laurie laughed till the tears ran down his cheeks. "It's the best joke of the season, isn't it? I wouldn't have told you, for I set my heart on surprising you, and I flatter myself I've done it," said Joe, when she got her breath. "I never was more staggered in my life. Isn't it fun? Are they boys? What are you going to name them? Let's have another look. Hold me up, Joe, for upon my life it's one too many for me," returned Laurie, regarding the infants with the air of a big, benevolent Newfoundland looking at a pair of infantile kittens. "Boy and girl. Aren't they beauties?" said the proud papa, beaming upon the little red squirmers as if they were unfledged angels. "Most remarkable children I ever saw. Which is which?" And Laurie bent like a whale sweep to examine the prodigies. Amy put a blue ribbon on the boy, and a pink on the girl, French fashion, so you can always tell. Besides, one has blue eyes, and one brown. "Kiss them, Uncle Teddy," said wicked Joe. "I'm afraid they mightn't like it," began Laurie, with unusual timidity in such matters. "Of course they will, they're used to it now. Do it this minute, sir," commanded Joe, fearing he might propose a proxy. Laurie screwed up his face, and obeyed with a gingerly peck at each little cheek that produced another laugh, and made the babies squeal. "There, I knew they didn't like it. That's the boy, see him kick, he hits out with his fists like a good one. Now then, young Brooke, pitch into a man of your own size, will you?" cried Laurie, delighted with a poke in the face from a tiny fist, flapping aimlessly about. "He's to be named John Lawrence, and the girl Margaret, after mother and grandmother. We shall call her Daisy, so as not to have two Megs, and I suppose the many will be Jack, unless we find a better name," said Amy, with ant-like interest. "Name him Demi John, and call him Demi for short," said Laurie. "Daisy and Demi, just the thing. I knew Teddy would do it," cried Joe, clapping her hands. Teddy certainly had done it that time, for the babies were Daisy and Demi to the end of the chapter. Chapter 29.